The next subject we're going to talk about is service accommodation, holiday lets. I still kind of think there's something in holiday lets going forwards, as people have gone to Spain and then got stuck, or they've gone to Portugal recently and got stuck. You might want to stay in the UK going forwards. As a result of that, we'll talk about service accommodation, holiday lets, and I know Paul Hilliard's done quite a bit of that, so we'll come on to him in a second. But from your side of things, Simon, this is the 7th, it is holiday lets, mortgage interest rates for holiday lets. I mean, are they high? I mean, is there a greater risk profile for banks?
They're a little bit higher. So currently at the moment, 3.1% is the best 2-year fixed. There's some discounted variables at 2.69. This is all at 75% loan to value. They tend to be the more obscure building societies. So there's the Harpenden Building Society, the Norwich and Peterborough Building Society, the Hinckley Building Society, the Monmouthshire Building Society. But there are enough out there doing it, yeah? And they've a number of the lenders have realised that, as you point out, staycations are the way forward, and a lot of those people that have staycated have rediscovered the UK and the benefits and the beauty of the UK, and are potentially going to continue to holiday in the UK post coronavirus and any lockdown. So I think certainly demand for holiday lets is going to continue to rise and grow, which is a great thing. I was only on holiday in St Ives in August, and I was astonished how busy it was. Absolutely astonished. I go there quite regularly, and there's a normal profile of person that goes there, and you can expect to meet there, etc. It was quite different. There were people from the northeast. There were Mancunians, Liverpudlians.
Sorry, I'm not having you just skate over that point. Just what is that generalist term that you just tried to reference there?
Well, maybe I made that point incorrectly. In any given normal year, going on a sunshine holiday is a great thing to do. Absolutely, it's great. It's wonderful. I've enjoyed that, and quite often, the northern coast of Cornwall is surfing territory. So it's boards, it's wetsuits, it's bodyboards. You tend to find that within a normal driving radius that it tends to be a 4 or 5 hour maximum drive time to go down there, because after that you can travel abroad to Spain possibly quicker than you can drive down to Cornwall. So a lot of people didn't do it, but they have been forced to now kind of do that, and they've now realised that, okay, after a bit of a drive, wow, what an amazing place this is. So yeah, holiday, it's absolutely.
It's not a problem getting a holiday let mortgage then. I know this question came from Steve, and I think he was finding it difficult. Is that because maybe he hasn't got experience in that sector? I don't know.
Well, it very much it depends. Obviously, we need to know Steve's background in terms of whether he's got any other buy-to-lets whatsoever.
He does. He has single lets. Yeah. Okay,
then he should have no issues whatsoever.
He needs a good broker then.
Shoddy broker, that's all I can say. Clearly not Simon in terms of helping him right now, but he will be after this one. Paul, you've got some holiday lets, haven't you, service accommodation, and maybe talking to you some time ago about this kind of strategy. Is it something that you're ramping up now?
Most definitely. I'm particularly looking a bit like Simon, where Simon went, Devon and Cornwall, superb hotspots for holiday lets. Unfortunately, most of my holiday lets are abroad, so I'm letting to the locals at the moment in Portugal, which is different, I must say. But thank goodness for a certain booking franchise that are looking after me at the moment. Otherwise, I'd be in not very good straits as regards my overseas portfolio. But going back to the UK, yeah, excellent. Holiday lets are definitely a way to look at increasing your income. But beware. It's, unless you systemize the property itself and have good local housekeeper, reliable cleaners, and you tell them how you want the place cleaned, it may sound rude, but at least then there's no debate about, look, I told you needed to wipe down the skirtings, I need you, go into detail. It's got to be in detail. Otherwise, your guests are going to be complaining and you won't have a leg to stand on because you didn't prescribe how you wanted the property cleaned. But it's a job if you don't get it systemised and leverage other people's use. So bear that in mind. Otherwise, you're going to be very busy.
Did a whole webinar on this subject last week, hour and a half, just on holiday letting. So if anyone wants to find out a bit more, happy to share some of that. Okay.
Yeah, actually, probably if you've still got the link, why don't we share that in the YouTube live now? So if you can get that, that'd be perfect. If you can get hold of that link of the recording, if you have it.
Later, because yeah,
I don't want to put you on the spot at all. But have you talked about holiday lets with John? Is it something that you guys are pursuing?
Yeah, we've got a few holiday lets. I think what we were able to do quite cleverly was our own home. So you say your home is not an asset. Well, because we were going abroad for a while and because property's given us that freedom, we decided to holiday let our house. So we actually went to Australia for 6 months. We house sat for no cost and we made a profit on our home. So, your house could be an asset, And then I have a couple of others. Yes. So they do let well, but again, coming back to what Paul said, it is about having somebody local to manage it, somebody that can do the handover, someone that can deal with when the Wi-Fi stops or there's a problem with it. It's all about service. And if you cannot give that service and you don't get good reviews, you're not going to get good occupancy. So, but I think it's working really well, particularly now for contractors. What we're finding is contractors, even during COVID lockdown, they came to stay on our holiday lets because it was their bubble. Hotels weren't open, but also they felt that they were secure in staying in their own self-contained apartment or property. So we used to have sort of white van man come down and they were working nearby and, holiday let was fantastic. So yeah, it can work really well in different situations.
I mean, do you find, and this is a question to Paul as well, but did you find, especially with coronavirus, obviously there's self-isolating, couples now being isolated together. Did you find that husband and wife were trying to slope off to get to, a bit of freedom in one of your holiday lets at all?
Well, no, they're all been booked by contractors, but I can imagine that might be not my problem, I'm afraid, I
know that Tim was talking about there's a high rates of divorce cases going up because of people staying together. That's the only reason why I mentioned it. Jenny, from your side of things, do you get involved? Also, I appreciate you're in letting, single lets, HMOs, but is there any advice that you can give to people thinking about doing service accommodation holiday lets?
It's not something I'm involved with. I did take a rent-to-rent on a service accommodation in the marina down in Southampton, and I JV'd that so that I had somebody who was good at marketing and bookings and all of the systems behind it, which isn't a full day for me. And having done it for a year, I decided it wasn't for me. The turnaround, which could just be a few hours, you needed to have your housekeeping, potentially your maintenance people on site, the booking in, the booking out process, the whole thing, for me, was all a little bit too fast. And I went back to just doing HMOs. That goes down one level. I think we go single lets, HMOs, service accommodation, as far as your input of time goes for running these properties. Because there was only one, it wasn't viable to outsource much of this. And I also like to test everything. So, I wanted to see it on the ground reach, what was it really like. It's not for me, but I think it's a very big marketplace.